Hi Aquarius, it's your honest homegirl, Hᴇᴏ. Thank you for tuning into my channel. So Aquarius, you guys were definitely dealing with someone that you were possibly in a relationship with at one point in time, and then you weren't dealing with them, but you're still dealing with them. Like, only Aquarius understand that. You guys, it's like you're together, but you're not together. Some of you may have even went on dating other people, talking to other people, getting in relationships with other people, and you may have found yourself in a situation where you fell in love with someone that was unavailable, okay? Or, you were unavailable and somebody fell in love with you. I do feel for a lot of my Aquarius is that you guys been tripping, okay? You've been tripping real hard, or the person that you've been dealing with has been tripping real hard, okay? And it's like you want them to just stop the tripping, okay? Like, or they want you to stop tripping about certain things. If it's meant to be, it will be, okay? Let's just leave it at that. It's protected. Your money's protected. Your family's protected. Your possessions are protected. So if you think somebody was, messing with you or going to mess with, anything that's going for you, that's not happening. You guys are heavily protected, okay? For some of you guys, you may have had to go through some type of karmic lesson with a person, okay? You may have had to go through some type of change, whether it was for the good or for the bad. Some of you may have went through some misfortunes, but the thing is, you went through those misfortunes because you were keeping things around you that wasn't supposed to be around. Like, you was protecting stuff that you wasn't supposed to protect. For others of you, you are definitely getting lucky breaks at this time because you've learned the karmic lessons and because you've accepted the things that needed to be accepted. You have definitely what is it that I was looking to say? The karmic wheel turned into your favor. For others of you, you turned the karmic wheel to where you had misfortune, you had karma, you had to pay some karmic debts. So whatever it is that you sat there and had to go through, you need to stop tripping because you brought that on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you brought that on yourself to sit there and have to be tripping over stuff, because if you didn't do certain things, then you would have, you wouldn't have had to go through it. Like, you're just taking those lessons, those L's, and learning from them and moving forward now. Because even with you having to learn those lessons, you didn't have to worry about what was yours. Like, if it's meant for you, it's going to stay for you. For a lot of you guys, you may be going on trips soon, okay? You may be moving. You may be, somebody may be like, oh, so you got Location by Khaled, or I think that's his name, playing right now. So somebody could be like, yo, where you at? Like, stop tripping. Like, why are you, being distant with me? Why this, why that? Send me your location, because I'm coming to get you. Type of thing. You may be going on like a weekend trip or something like that. Music therapy is definitely something that's prominent in your life, okay? I feel like Aquarius, we have a playlist for every mood that we could possibly be in. And Aquarius, we bipolar, right? I ain't going to even sit there in front with you. We a little bipolar. So it's like we got to have different music playlists so that whatever mood we in, we could listen to that. But it's like the music we listen to, whenever we're in a certain mood, it helps us get out of that bad mood, okay? For others of you, you could have been dealing with a female younger than you, okay? You could have been hanging out with some females that are younger than you. Oh, this could be you just being very immature as a female and needing to grow up, okay? This could be your daughter as well. If you've been worried about your daughter when she's hanging out, partying, and having fun with her friends, don't worry. She's definitely protected, okay? And there's still things that parents can't protect their kids from. So it's like God already has a plan for them, and you can't intervene in that, You Aquarius, you guys are definitely on this huge journey and on a way to this major transformation in your life, okay? And you may feel like it's gonna never end, and God is like, can you please stop tripping? Like, just learn whatever lessons you need to learn so that you can be blessed with the things that you really want. Like, ain't nothing really to trip over but to sit there and learn the lesson. trip and learn that lesson. Some of you had to trip and fall to learn that lesson, but it's okay. Okay, now that you've learned the lesson, now you can be blessed with something more. You may have been immature and was like, oh, I don't want to change. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Or you have a child that wanted to be that way and they had to go through some things. You know, you had to let them sit there and go through some things. You was probably tripping over it. But the thing is, you got to take yourself out of the situation sometimes and say, well, God wanted you to go through this. Either way, your kid made it home, right? They alive, right? So sometimes you have to sit there and just thank God that they were protected from whatever incident that they went through. They had to go through that lesson on their own. Maybe they sat there and was drinking too much. Who knows? But as long as they made it back home safely, they had to learn that lesson of when you go out, you cannot sit there and be drinking too much. You can't sit there and be smoking too much. You can't be partying too much. You can't sit here and do certain things out here with your friends and stuff, because maybe, you know, they were in a situation where their friends didn't look out for them. And they had to learn that lesson the hard way. Like, you can't trust everybody. And that was a lesson that you were trying to teach them, but they had to learn that on their own. So it's like, stop tripping about it. You wasn't supposed to teach them that lesson. God wanted them to learn that lesson the hard way because they were just fucking hard-headed. Or this could have been you, Aquarius. You know, you was just fucking hard-headed, didn't want to listen, and you wanted to be immature about situations, so God had to make you learn something the fucking hard way. But deep down inside, at the end of the day, whatever was meant to happen had to happen, and everything that you thought was unprotected was always protected. So please, give yourself some grace, okay? For others of you, you are definitely, you're climbing up that mountain. Okay, you're climbing up the mountain, and you're, like I said, you're gonna get to the other side. Okay, struggles make the best stories later on once you become successful, because you will be successful, Aquarius. The thing is, you just had to sit there and go through some things. You know, you had to go through some things. It's all right. All right, you had to learn some hard lessons in order for you to get those blessings. Hard lessons to get the blessings. Okay, let me write that down. Sorry if I'm shaking the table, guys. But yeah, that was your intuitive message, Aquarius. If you're new to my channel, welcome, healing homies. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me. And if you'd like to support my channel and watch my channel grow, you can always like, subscribe, and share. That's all I ask of you. If you guys are into zodiac horoscopes, live readings from me, rude awakenings from me, follow me on Instagram at The Honest Homegirl. And again, if you don't know how I do my readings, I do your intuitive message first, then I get into the divine feminine, the divine masculine aspect of your zodiac sign, because we embody both energies. And then at the end, I do random messages, which include messages from your person. So stay tuned to the end. So let's get into the divine feminine energy. Okay. Aquarius, what is going on with you guys? Some of you guys, you could be dealing with a fire sign and an air sign, Aquarius. Okay, you could be dealing with a Capricorn. I mean, it could have been a Capricorn. Some of you could be dealing with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius women, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius women. Okay, this could be you. You could have both air and fire in your chart. So go check out your fire sign readings as well that I've uploaded. Some of you may have Leo in your chart. Okay, so you guys are questioning love, Aquarius. Okay, you could be questioning the love of your life. You could be questioning where your love life is heading, where it's going. Who is it that you love? Do this person love me? Do I love them? Okay, and someone's telling you to please stop tripping because they do love you, you know? Some of you guys are wondering, like, you're questioning if this love is going to be lucky love. And it's like, you wouldn't have received this good. It's like something's too good to be true for some of you, and that's why you're questioning it. But I feel like you're going to stop questioning those things. You're going to stop questioning the love somebody has for you. You're going to stop questioning the love you have for somebody. Okay, somebody, remember, I said you could have been dating 2 people, or you're dealing with 2 people at this time. Okay, some of you could have, the love of your life could have had you in a third-party situation, or you have your love in a third-party situation. Okay, and that's why you're questioning if this person truly loves you or not. Like, because if they loved me, why would I sit there and go through a third-party situation with them? Sometimes people got to understand when it comes to third parties, those third parties are catalysts, okay? You can't get mad at the third party, because at the end of the day, the third party had to sit there and show you, okay, how to love yourself more, okay? How to have more respect for yourself. A third party could have sat there and came into your relationship just so that you could sit there and value your partner more, appreciate your partner more. For some of you, you could have, like I said, y'all were over here doing some shiesty things, lying, being betrayed, betraying people, you know, or they could have been doing this to you, but there was a lesson that all 3 of you had to learn, okay? There was lessons that y'all had to learn. The thing is, the 3 of y'all came together for a reason. So you're telling me you're questioning God now? You questioning why God allowed that to happen? If there was a third party, the third party's over. Yeah, it caused a lot of pain. Yeah, it hurt. But what lessons did you learn behind it? Did you learn to value yourself? Did you learn to appreciate the love of your life? Did it teach the love of your life to appreciate you more? Was it like there was lessons that had to be learned with this third party? Okay? People came in between your relationship, because if that didn't happen, you guys would have been doing and going through the same cycles over and over and over again with each other. But now that this third party happened, there's a new beginning. Some of you had to really value yourselves enough to walk away from a situation and love yourself and choose you. Why would you sit there and choose to sit there and be in misery, trying to be with somebody that don't want to love you, that honestly don't love you? You know what I'm saying? You got to learn to accept and love these third-party situations, because it brought something to your attention about you. And for some of you, you're choosing to go solo dolo, which you should. Why? Because if somebody truly loved you, they wouldn't sit there and put you in a third-party situation. People that get in third-party situations because they was, let's be honest, they weren't happy where they were. That third party came around because that person was looking for peace that they couldn't get with you. Or you brought in a third party because you wasn't getting the peace that you needed from them. And you decided to be single, or you're going to decide to be single. Okay? For some of you, it's sad to say this, but you will find the love of your life through a third party situation. Some of you did. And that happens sometimes. You can't question God on why God's just there and make things happen the way that they happen. For some of you, you lucked up and got a baby girl out of a third-party situation. Okay, you could have been the side piece. Let's be honest. You could have been the side piece and had a baby girl with this person. But it was meant to happen, because if it wasn't meant to happen, God wouldn't allow it to happen. Because again, there was lessons that needed to be learned. Some of you, it was pure luck that this third party got pregnant and had a little girl, because it saved you from more hurt, harm, and injury, because you wasn't going to let go of this person. You holding on to something that doesn't want to be kept. And you would sit there, and we got the weekend. So some of you could have just been the weekend chick, okay? This person could have just been the weekend chick that you dealt with just on the weekends. But certain things had to happen in a situation for you to move forward in life, for you to go and find your true partner. Some of y'all was sitting there holding on to a damn karmic, and I'm talking in a bad sense. Okay, this person brought misfortune in your life. This person brought unexpected setbacks in your life. Like, When you are in a relationship and you sitting here losing out and you're not gaining and you're not, you know, and it's not to say that people don't go through hard times in relationships, but you got to look at the pros and the cons. And if you got more cons than pros, you got to ask yourself, what is really going on? Okay? If your money is dwindling, there's a problem there. That's a clear indicator that you may not supposed to be with this person. Sometimes you were supposed to be with a person for a certain period of time, and that was it. And it was time to let it go. And because you didn't want to let it go, God sat there and intervened, used somebody as a catalyst, and put them in your relationship in order for you to sit there and see your true worth. Okay? For others of you, you're questioning if you could even heal a relationship after a third-party situation. For some of you, it was meant for you to sit there and go through this third-party situation in order for you to appreciate each other, to get back together, and to be closer and better than ever with one another. Okay? But there was still lessons. There was lessons that needed to be learned. Aquarius, one thing about y'all, when you want something, you want it, and you want it now. Okay, you could have been dealing with a fire sign, somebody, you know, or you have fire in your chart where you're a very attractive person. Okay, you're very confident. You know, you're very goal oriented. You're very honest. And these attributes about you attracted you to an individual. Okay. Yeah, some of y'all are in a poly relationship. Like, some of you are okay with being in a poly relationship. I'm also seeing that too. Some of y'all are okay with sharing somebody, whether you're male or female. Like, that's y'all agreement. Like, there's love between all three of you, and y'all understand each other. You love each other, okay? You cooperate with each other, okay? And it's like some of you are communicating your truth to someone that, listen, I need to have multiple people. It's just that simple. Like, one person ain't enough. Some of y'all could be dating right now at this time. Some of y'all could be just single and you got a couple options. You know, you got 3 people in your rotation that you really, really like, but you're not too sure which one you love, you know? But eventually I do see you picking one person to be with. If you are single and you know, you are just dating, I think there's one person that stands out the most out of the 3 people that you're dealing with, okay? So let's get into the divine masculine energy. Let's see what's going on with my divine masculines, okay? And even if you're a female, you know, you could be an alpha female that it can resonate with you, or you're just looking at it to see what action you need to take, what you need to build upon, what you need to move forward with doing, okay? Let's see what's going on, Aquarius. This song, Really Loved by D'Angelo and the Vanguards, is coming on. I've never heard this song in my life. Oh, wow, it's in Spanish. Some of you could be dealing with somebody that's Spanish or speaks Spanish. I'm trying to hear if they're going to be singing in Spanish. I see the words in Spanish. Somebody's definitely bilingual. So you guys, there's changes occurring in your life, okay? These changes are happening. These obstacles are happening for you to transform, for you to do better, be better, okay? A lot of things may cause a lot of conflict. It may cause a lot of disagreements, but it's to help you evolve, especially in a partnership, okay? Whether this is a partnership in business, a partnership in love, all of this stuff happened for a reason, okay? It all happened for a reason. Okay, some of you may have had to go through certain lessons with other people in order for you to get back within yourself and have harmony within yourself, or to bring peace and harmony into a family dynamic, a family situation. Like, things wouldn't have got better if those other things didn't transpire. And I feel like you're understanding that now, Aquarius. Some of you, you refuse to sit there and go your separate ways. You refused to take that leap of faith. And because of that, now you're dealing with even more challenges. Okay? A lot of you guys, like I said, you are not understanding or learning the lesson that you needed to learn. So if you're going to continue to stay in a karmic cycle with somebody that you know you should have left a long time ago, you're going to sit there and keep dealing with this. You're avoiding the changes. And then it's like the river is going this way and you're trying to swim upstream. Like, that's not going to work out. It ain't going to work out. You're going against the grain. And see, you guys have, some of you, you allowed the changes to happen. You allowed yourself to learn the lessons, and now you're getting blessings. For others of you, you don't want to learn the lesson. You don't want to walk away. You want to keep holding on to something. You want to hold on to something that doesn't want to hold on to you. And now you're dealing with more misfortune. Now you keep dealing with karma. Now you sitting there dealing with these unexpected setbacks because you want to hold on to control. You have to let go. You don't control anything. God does. You can't be a control freak and expect to sit there and get what it is that you want. Things have to come naturally in divine timing. It has to flow to you. You shouldn't have to sit there and put in more effort than another person. If it's not being reciprocated, there's a reason why. Okay? For some of you, you've balanced out the energies within you. You know, you've worked on yourselves. And that's why, like I said, you know, you're getting these lucky breaks in life, okay? We got There Goes My Baby by Usher, okay? Someone had to probably learn some hard lessons from another person in order for them to realize, like, no, that's my baby over here. There goes my baby right there. That's the person that I love. Okay? For some of you, it was you having to mature, okay? You had to be stable within yourself. You had to sit there and love yourself. You had to, there's no way you could love someone properly if you wasn't loving yourself properly. You had to learn how to sit there and appreciate you before somebody else could appreciate you. Like, if you haven't done the inner work on yourself, what makes you think the person you're dealing with is going to be doing the inner work on themselves? So when y'all come together, y'all can sit there and reciprocate the energy of love, of honesty, of trust, of anything. A lot of you had to learn to grow up. Literally, a lot of you had to learn to grow up. You had to sit there and eradicate those young, teenage, immature behavioral patterns in your life. For some of you, Aquarius, this is your teenagers going through these changes, okay? They could be going through a lot of challenges right now as a teenager, but those are things that are going to build their character, that's going to build their resilience. And there's no need for you to intervene in these situations because it's going to help them grow. For others of you, if this is your son, you know, he's stepping up to the plate, okay? Like, he's going from being a little boy to a grown man or a young adult or whatever, and he's, you know, contributing more to the family. Okay, so you know, your child probably never wanted to do laundry or clean up or do yard work, and it's like now this person is realizing, well, if I want money, you know, I got to do my chores. I got to play my role in this family dynamic. You get what I'm saying? For others of you, you sat there and ended up in a family dynamic with somebody because of your immaturity. You probably was having raw sex. You wasn't thinking. You wasn't making the right decisions. And now you a teenage father or a teenage mother. Or you were a teenage mother, you know, or a teenage father. And that was destined to happen, you know. For others of you, like I said, something that you didn't, what is it that because I had to turn that music down. It's over here messing with me right now. It's like, for those that were being naive, for those that were being foolish, for those that were sitting there assuming that you had all the answers when you really had lacking experience and making impulsive choices, by you doing that, you brought on these bad things that were happening to you. Okay? This is kind of like growing pains. Because if this isn't you, this could be your children. Okay, they were doing things, and these are growing pains. And now that you've went through these karmic lessons, you could finally move forward, or they could finally move forward because they've learned the lessons. You can't be naive, especially my men. You went through a lot of the challenges that you went through because you thought you knew it all when you really didn't. It was time for you to grow up a long time ago. You're not a little boy anymore. Okay? For others of you, like I said, this is you really just, you know, coming together. Okay? Like I said, for some of you, situations had to happen in order for you guys to come together to realize, you know, the love that you have for one another, or, you know, the love that you guys have is unrequited, and, you know, you got to go your separate ways now. You know, we got Talk by Khaled featuring Disclosure. Okay? Some of you, you want stability and security in your life. You want stability and security in your relationships, and you guys are having to have these uncomfortable conversations with one another. Okay? I do see here something with teenagers and a pregnancy. You may have had teenagers that had a baby girl together. Okay? They were real naive. They wasn't having safe sex, and that was the consequence of them having this baby. But guess what? Now they had to mature faster than necessary, but this is a lesson that they have to learn. It's just that simple. Or this was you and the person you were with, y'all were teenagers, and y'all sat there and, you know, had a baby together. And that's what was supposed to happen. You know, you can't sit there and regret your decisions, because, like I said, God already knew the plan. God already knew this was going to happen. So it is what it is. You know, you just got to learn. You live and you learn, Aquarius. You live and you learn. But I'm turning this Fool card upright so that you can sit there and have these new beginnings, okay? I turned this card upright so that you guys can get the awakening that you need. Because some of y'all needed a rude awakening, and that's exactly what God gave your ass, was a rude awakening, okay? And now you see things for what they are. But let's sit there and get your random messages going. Let's see what your person may want to say to you, or what you may want to say to them, however it resonates. Divine Spirit. Okay, we have threesome with you. Somebody wants you to have a threesome, okay? Like I said, somebody likes to have multiple people, okay? It says, I believed you when I was told not to. Yes, some of you was forewarned not to deal with a certain person, and you dealt with them anyway, and then now you got to deal with the consequences of continuing to want to deal with a person. It's like, if you've been forewarned, why did you keep going back to something that you needed to put to rest, okay? It's not what you think, okay? I'm hearing somebody say, if that's not what it is, if that's not what I think it is, then what the fuck is it? Don't answer for the person. Be quiet and let that person answer. It says, stop listening to your friends. It ain't you, it's me. Pour your sugar on me. Come and see me. And deja vu. And then it says, you can only do that with me. So somebody wants to be real possessive over you, or you want to be real possessive over somebody. Somebody likes to have multiple partners. It is what it is, okay? Whatever floats your boat, Aquarius, because you know y'all guys always got yourselves in some crazy-ass situations that nobody could understand but another fellow Aquarian. But good luck to you guys, and I love you guys so much. Peace.